Greetings! Welcome to the devlog for experimental build 1 of update 118 of hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for you this week? Well, we have the beginning of a new update cycle, an experimental build, and it is focused on reflex sights, along with a new type of reflex sight that folks have been asking for forever. That is right, I have finally put in pistol-mounted or RMR style reflex sights. So let's take a look at them. Let's pull up our G17 custom here. Take a peek at this. There's two of them so far. There is an RMR and an SRO. We can just pop it onto here. Now you'll notice I'm using Vibe ones, which are quite large. So I go like this, and my controllers hit each other. You might have controllers with big honking rings on them and find it very difficult to get one of these onto a pistol. The easiest way to do that is just pop it into your quick belt slot, pull it back out. You can also put them onto a table. So let's take a look at this. Let's look down the sight. They are the reflex sights that I showed off last time, but they've got a couple other cool things about them. I'm going to actually put this on backwards so I'm not pointing the barrel of the gun directly at my face, as that is generally considered a bad idea. But let's take a look at this. We not only see the reflection that is specific to the laser, but we have the coolest thing about the outside of these, which is the color multi-coat, so that as you actually go to grazing angles, you can see it goes from the laser color into orangey yellow, into green, into blue at glancing angles. Isn't that so sick? Super duper sick. I just love the way that looks. Beautiful, beautiful detail. As I said before, these can be a little, but based upon the pistol, they can be more or less difficult to get onto the slide. I have gone through H3's handguns and I have removed the integrated RMRs that are on any of them. So like our H point here actually now just has a spot for it. You can put this one on here. I just realized I must have messed something up because the SRO is not sitting on the table here, so it must have some broken metadata. I will fix that later. So that's up there. Let's actually tweak some things here. I had mentioned last week that you're going to be able to customize your reticle color. I'd been trying to figure out how I wanted to approach that because obviously in real life, certain reflexes have different default reticle colors. Like this LCO here, we can see defaults to a sort of an amber color. And so I did want to represent that for these while at the same time giving you all of these customization options. So the way that I've decided to do that is that the actual objects will have the realistic reticle colors available to them, but in the options panel, similar to with tracers, we have reflex reticle color override. So if I'm just like, you know what, green reticles on everything, ignore the local settings on the optic, that's how that works. We can see looking straight at it there, we got that green reflection looking super cool. There's our blue, that's our cobalt, that's our bright blue, that's our purple, and at user request, I saw a couple people asking for it, there's a pink option, which honestly just feels super appropriate on our H point there. Like that is 100% what that reflex reticle should look like. Oh, just delightful. Are you the correct mag? No. Are you the correct mag? Yes. There we go. Cool. And then lastly, to go with the, so yeah, in terms of new objects as well, if you do want to mount one of these compact ones, there are also 3 new rail adapters. This one here, we've got a low, we have got a high, and then I believe this one's called SL. It's got like a forward angled kind of vibe to it. So there's 3 pick to RMR adapters. I've got too many guns on me. There we go. Boop. And beautiful. So you can put that absolutely tiny optic is tiny. Honestly, I love the low profile look. Have we actually readied our rifle to fire? Wonderful. So there you have it. You can customize that to your heart's content. Remember, we can change the base 0 for these things. You'll notice when it's on custom color mode, the interface just says overridden. We can change our illumination still. Make that super duper bright. Oh, that looks awesome. Looks absolutely awesome. Larger. There we go. That's this one cycle has options between a 1 MOA dot, a 3.25, and a 6.5. So if you have like a low resolution HMD or just poor eyesight like me, you can just make it really, really prominent. Impossible to miss. So yeah, so there you have it. In terms of what is in today's update for you to check out, there's 2 of these new RMR style reflex sights, 3 adapters. As I said, the EG1, the ARCO, and the LCO have been migrated over to the new systems, and I believe something on the order of like more than a dozen of the handguns now can mount this. I basically went around to as many of these as possible and went, does this look like the sort of handgun that you could imagine like the aftermarket having a cut slide version of it? So you can pop it on the Shadow here. I won't do them all, but like let's just take a look at what a couple of these look like. Of course, our beautiful 5.7. You'll notice with a bunch of them, what happens is a mounting plate actually conditionally turns on when you affix it. So we can just have, you know, maximally tactical 5.7. Oops, as I accidentally hit my Steam VR button. Note that to help try to prevent you from accidentally grabbing the optic when you go to grab the slide, I have placed the interaction point for the slides up higher. So you don't, I'm sorry, for the sights. You don't grab them at the base, you grab them up at the top of the optic. Yeah, Anton, let's just throw loaded guns on the ground. M9A3. There we go. Got that up there. A couple of them, they look a little goofy because you would need a pretty modified slide in real life for this. But I'll continue to tweak those. Good stuff. So yeah, so there you have it. That is our initial reflex test. So please try these out. See if they work for you. And over the next week or two, I'm going to be adding more and more of them. Let's go ahead and jump out of VR to do something else incredibly important. So out of VR and on to another important episode of Hot Dog or Not Dog, where we basically try out things that you wouldn't typically put on a hot dog, sauces, condiments, etc., that you don't really associate with it. And we go, does this belong? Does this work on a hot dog or not? Last week, I put out the very challenging peanut butter and jelly hot dog, which I will die on that hill. I think it's fantastic. And so what we're going to do today, especially because I've been on a bit of a hot sauce kick, because if you've been following me on Blue Sky, you'll see that I've been doing hot ones on a hot dog just for funsies, because a friend sent me the whole season 26 hot sauce pack for my birthday back in April, and I was like, I want to do something funny with this. So I've been trying each of them sequentially on hot dogs. I just got past sauce number 5. And so because I've been on a bit of a hot sauce kick, I figured I would do something like that for this. So I don't know how many of you who have tried the Bulldog super absurdly spicy ramen. It was sort of, I think it was like a TikTok challenge or something like that years ago, but they have spread in prominence. I love just incinerating myself with them periodically. And they more recently added a new flavor that is a little strange. It's a little different, which is their spicy carbonara flavor, which as you can see is pink. I think it's great that they make the bottle pink because it's like this, it's a semiotic reminder that you're going to consume this and then you're going to need to get some Pepto-Bismol for what this does to you. So yeah, so this is Bulldog hot sauce carbonara flavor. You can just get it in a bottle. You don't even need the noodles. I got this. I haven't, other than I tried a little taste of it. But I don't know how concentrated this stuff is compared to the stuff that comes with the noodles. So I'm a little scared. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to put this on here. I want to make sure this is up on camera so you can all see. Is this? Wow, this stuff is thick. Which is not necessarily a good sign. So yes, we're just going to draw a bead along this. Basically about as much as if we were putting ketchup on the hot dog. Once again, this could be a terrible idea. I have no idea how concentrated this is. So you might all witness me, well, let's not make assumptions. So here we go. Hot dog or not dog. Bulldog spicy carbonara hot sauce. Very salty. Initial hit. Yeah, it's that same very spicy, sort of fake creamy, MSG forward. There's got to be so much MSG in this. A little onion. Honestly, it works well. I don't know if I would we're dropping the stuff. I don't know if I would run this solo on a hot dog, but this is definitely like a hot dog worthy condiment. Not spicy enough for me. So let's fix that. There we go. That should do it. Let's move that around a little bit. So, oh, wait a minute. You know, it's funny. I always do this. It's like certain other things one might consume where you're like, oh, I don't feel it yet. I'll consume more. And then just before you consume more, or just right after, you start to feel it. So I'm not really burning inside my mouth, but I can feel the back of my neck going like, something's terribly wrong here. Yeah. Honestly, I like it. It goes well. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of the heat. Oh, yeah. Thing I like about these is it's not actually like a lot of sharp mouth burn the way the like Bulldog Triple X stuff ramen is. It's much more in the like heat in the back of the head, body high, which I adore. So yeah, I would definitely say, okay, episode, is it a hot dog or not dog? It's definitely a hot dog with Bulldog carbonara hot sauce. It gets my recommendation. Y'all should try it. I would love to know, by the way, just how much of a mutant I am I realize I'm just trending towards leather tongue because, truth be told, this doesn't even seem that spicy to me anymore. I think I've just become broken. 9.5 years of making this very weird game. Yep. Anywho, that's what I got for you this week. Try out the new Reflex sights. Try out the pistol RMRs. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you run into any bugs. And next week we'll have more sights. We'll have a bunch of bug fixes and continued work on getting this system banged into shape. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.